Right, good afternoon and a very warm welcome. Welcome back to our regular Skills for Work and Life webinar series. We hope you had a chance to enjoy a well-earned break over the summer and maybe even caught a bit of sunshine, however fleeting it may have been. So now as we step into a brand new academic year, we're excited to kick off with today's session, and we will be focusing on key updates on what's new for academic year 2025 and 2026. So there is lots to share, so let's dive in. So before we get started with the main content, just a few housekeeping points. This session is being recorded, and both the slides and the recording will be made available shortly via our Maths and English Resource Hub webpage. To minimize background noise, everyone has been placed on mute, and the question box is actually enabled now, but we won't be looking at it until the end of the session. And finally, if you do experience any technical issues, the first step is to try logging out and back in, and that usually does the trick. So thanks for bearing with us, and now let's get started.
So hopefully many of you are already familiar with the Skills for Work and Life team, but just in case, I wanted to do a very quick introduction. So you have myself, Catherine Reid, and along with Alicia Travaska, and together we are your technical advisors. We're here to provide guidance and support across maths, English, employability and ESOL qualifications. We work very closely with our Industry and Product Manager, Amanda Kelly, who oversees the full portfolio of qualifications and ensures everything aligns with sector needs and standards. We're all here to support you, so please don't hesitate really to sort of reach out during or after the session. Whether you are, just in case you are new to Skills for Work and Life, or you have been working with us a while, and we wanted to just take a moment before we dive into the webinar, just to highlight the qualifications that the Skills for Work and Life portfolio includes. It ranges from a variety of maths and English qualifications in England, across to essential skills in Northern Ireland and essential skills in Wales. Then we have our ESOL, employability and personal progress qualifications, but also we do have level 3 extended project qualification and augmentative and alternative communication. You can find the full details of the skills of all of these qualifications on the Skills for Work and Life landing page, and we have popped a direct link in there for you for easy access. But if you do want any further information, please do reach out to Alicia or myself using our Question Corner link, where you can actually book a Teams directly with us into our diaries. So we're going to turn off our cameras now, as not to distract you during the actual webinar, but we will turn them on at the end.
So here is what we will be covering in today's session. First, we will start with updates on functional skills. We will cover assessments for the entry levels, as well as sample and past papers for level 1 and level 2. We will also highlight changes to assessor documentation, and that will include the reviewed SLC record sheets and additional guidance for entry-level writing. Our functional skills section will also cover the digital functional skills updates and showcase our brand new videos designed to support both learners and tutors in using OpenAssess platform. And then in the second part of the webinar, we will share an overview of our bite-sized offer, provide the latest updates in ESOL, and remind you about our employability qualifications. And then to wrap up, we will outline the ongoing support available to all our customers and leave time at the end for any questions you may have. So let's get started with the entry-level updated assessment bank. So the entry-level assessments were replaced on the 1st of September this year, and on that morning, the previous assessment titles were removed and are no longer permitted for candidate use. Any downloaded versions, whether paper or digital, are required to be destroyed and are not to be used as practice materials. From 2nd of September, only the updated live and sample materials available on the website are allowed for use. Where candidates had completed their assessments before 1st of September, centres were permitted to continue marking and internally quality assuring their work. Mark schemes could be downloaded and retained for this purpose, but were to be destroyed once the process was complete. To maintain the security of the new live materials, updated passwords were issued and made available in the walled garden under the administration section.
We have completed a full review of our functional skills assessor guidance documents to ensure they are aligned with the latest updates to our materials. As part of this, we've reorganised and uploaded all relevant documents into a dedicated subsection within the Centre Documents area. This means they're now easier to locate and access, and the updated guidance includes assessor instructions, functional skills mathematics, entry levels 1 to 3, assessor instructions, functional skills reading, writing, writing entry levels 1 to 3, assessor guidance, speaking, listening and communicating at entry levels 1 to 3, and then also the assessment guidance, speaking and listening and communicating levels at levels 1 to 2. We encourage all tutors and assessors to familiarise themselves with these revised documents to ensure consistency and clarity in assessment practices. The entry-level assessments for reading, writing and mathematics have been updated to reflect the new live assessment titles. It's important to note that assessors must be given access to the updated guidance at least 4 weeks before any assessments are scheduled. This ensures they have sufficient time to review the materials and prepare effectively. Please make sure your teams are aware of this requirement and have the access to the latest documents via the Centre Documents section.
We have also updated our guidance documents for speaking, listening and communicating assessments. Previously, there were separate documents for each level, which could be quite time-consuming to navigate, and we have now consolidated these into just 2 documents. One is covering entry levels, and the other one is covering level 1 and 2. This change makes it much easier to find the information you need and ensures consistency across all levels. In addition, we have enhanced the content based on feedback from our customers. We have added further clarification to key areas of the guidance, helping assessors interpret and apply the criteria more effectively. Again, we encourage all centres to review these updates and share them with relevant staff. We would also like to highlight an update regarding record keeping for SLC assessments. Centres can now use either physical or digital signatures when completing assessment records. This added flexibility is designed to support a range of delivery methods and administrative processes, especially where digital platforms are used for remote or blended learning. Following feedback from our external quality assurers, we're addressing common queries from centres regarding the marking of entry-level writing assessments. To support clarity and consistency, we're sharing further amplification around marking expectations. This guidance is designed to ensure fair and consistent marking across all centres. Please ensure your assessors are familiar with these expectations before conducting assessments. So firstly, regarding spelling at entry level 2, this is activity 4, misspellings of the same word should be counted as a single error, even if the word appears multiple times. If a candidate spells a word both correctly and incorrectly, this still counts as one error.
With regards to punctuation in entry 2, activity 4, and entry 3 in activities 3 and 4, each instance of a punctuation error should be counted, including the same type of punctuation error. For example, each missing full stop counts as a separate error, and each use of a lowercase letter at the start of a sentence counts as a separate error. Please note there are exceptions relating to the incorrect use of the uppercase and lowercase letters in the middle of a sentence. For example, if a candidate writes Leeds without an initial capital letter, this would count as one error. However, if they write both Leeds and Liverpool without an initial capital letter, this would count as two errors. Any subsequent instances of the candidates writing Leeds or Liverpool should not be counted unless it is at the start of a sentence. Additionally, the incorrect use of the lowercase I as a personal pronoun in the middle of a sentence should only be counted once. If the error occurs at the start of the sentence, it should be counted as an initial capital error instead. Any subsequent instances of the candidate using a lowercase I to start a sentence should be counted each time as an initial capital error. If a candidate repeatedly uses a particular uppercase letter instead of a lowercase letter, for example, uppercase B, where it should be a lowercase, this will count as one error. However, if a different uppercase letter is used where a lowercase letter should be, this would count as a separate error. For example, use of an appropriate uppercase B and uppercase F would count as two errors.
With regards to grammar at entry 3, each instance of a grammatical error should be counted, including the same type of grammatical error. Only instances of the same specific error should be counted as a single error. So, for example, the repeated use of we was counts as a single error. For the spelling task, assessors must only award marks for the spellings as given in the spelling task word list. Missing apostrophes for contractions and American equivalent spellings should not be accepted. However, the use of lowercase or uppercase letters or any combination of both for spelling all words is acceptable. Assessors must state the spelling task reference, for example, supermarket 2A, and the candidate score for the spelling task must be added to the score for the writing activities to give an overall score for writing, and that will go on the writing assessment record at the end of the pack.
We've updated the assessor recording documents for speaking, listening and communicating to improve clarity and consistency. These revised documents are now available in the SLC folder for each level. For entry levels 1, 2 and 3, the documents are marked as version 1.3, and for levels 1 and 2, they are marked as version 6. Please ensure that your teams are using the latest versions for all future assessments. It's important to note that these updates do not reflect any changes to the assessment requirements. They are purely designed to enhance clarity and support assessors in recording decisions more effectively. In terms of assessment records, it's essential to remember that written documentation is still required for each assessment. While video or audio recordings may be used to support the process, they do not replace the written records. Timestamps can be included in the documentation, and assessors are not expected to write out the activity or quote candidates verbatim. However, there must be a clear explanation of how the candidate met the criteria, A timestamp alone is not sufficient. Assessment records must be completed within 14 days of the activity taking place. Additionally, candidates are required to sign the assessment decision record to confirm their participation. This signature can be provided either physically in ink or digitally, depending on the centre's processes. This flexibility supports a range of delivery models and ensures compliance and documentation standards. Sample papers can be effectively utilised to enhance teaching and learning materials. They provide contextualised examples that help learners understand assessment expectations, develop exam techniques, and build confidence in applying functional skills in real-world scenarios. We've recently updated our bank of past papers and now have 3 available at Level 1 and Level 2 for both Maths and English. These are retired live exam papers that have been sat by learners and awarded through a formal process, making them ideal for realistic exam preparation. It's important to distinguish these from sample papers. Sample materials were created during the development of the reformed functional skills qualifications. They were never sat by learners and don't have the official pass marks. Instead, they're designed to show the style and structure of the live papers and are excellent for teaching and learning, especially those with worked examples and examiner commentaries. In short, sample papers are for teaching tools and were not real exams, and then the past papers are retired live exams and great for practice and progress tracking. Both the sample papers and past papers are available on OpenAssess for the candidate, and that is preparing them for online exams in reading, writing and maths at Level 1, Level 2. So when you're allocating a sample paper or a past paper, you can simply choose from the drop-down function in OpenAssess.
We have completed a review of the guidance for delivery documents for the following qualifications: digital functional skills qualifications at both entry 3 and Level 1, functional skills English Level 1, Level 2, and functional skills Maths Level 1 and Level 2. It is important that all staff involved in the delivery of these qualifications review any changes or updates to support their delivery. Now on to the digital functional skills qualification updates. Firstly, we have released new chief examiner reports for both entry 3 and Level 1, and these offer valuable feedback and insights based on recent assessment cycles. This report is designed to help centres understand common strengths and areas for development. As per the previous slide, we have updated the guidance for delivery document, and finally, we will be releasing a past paper to support tutors, and we hope to release this in October. We would also like to remind centres of 2 important technical requirements for digital functional skills Evolve exams. Firstly, there is a maximum file size of 4 megabytes for any evidence uploaded by candidates. This applies to all file types submitted through the Evolve platform. Centres must ensure candidates are aware of this limit. If a file exceeds 4 megabytes, it cannot be uploaded, which may result in the candidate's test not being submitted or marked. To avoid disruption, candidates should check file sizes in advance and compress or adjust files as needed. Secondly, we will be shortly issuing a guidance document to support centres with setting default applications for saving screen snips. This is because when learners take screenshots as part of their assessments, the image files are often saved as large PNGs by default. To help manage file size and ensure smoother uploads, we recommend saving screenshots as JPEGs instead. And thirdly, it's essential to clear each device of any previous candidate's work before logging onto an exam. This step helps maintain the integrity of the assessment and prevents potential technical issues or data conflicts during the test. It's a simple but critical part of exam preparation that supports a smooth experience for both candidates and invigilators.
With the latest Digital Functional Skills Chief Examiner reports, the most significant new information in the 2025 report for both levels is the inclusion of general advice to centres relating to each task. That's within the Advice for Centres section. This detailed guidance specifies what candidates should be taught or practiced for each of the assessment tasks, which was not present in the 2024 report advice section. At level 1, there's an additional specific observations for task 2 and task 4, task 2 and task 4, that is. Task 2, so that's the internet search, some marks are lost in task 2 due to incomplete or inaccurate searches being used. Many candidates are uploading results from sponsored websites. Centres may wish to consider advising the use of cut and paste of search terms given in the instructions. Where marks are lost in task 4, so that's your spreadsheet, it's commonly due to inaccurate formatting of currency, incorrect formulas, or loss of data integrity during sorting or filtering. Candidates also lose marks for not using correct functions such as maximum, minimum, and average. To help you and your learners get the most out of OpenAssess platform, we've created a series of short, focused support videos. These are now available on the Resource Hub webpage and are designed to guide you through key features and processes step by step. The videos cover a range of administration topics, including what is a functional skills maths familiarisation test, navigating the platform, so including how to register candidates, schedule tests, deliver them, and access results. We've also included a set of videos to support learners with using graphs and chart tools in OpenAssess, such as creating bar charts, line graphs, pie charts, and scatter charts, and using the Diagram Creator tool. These resources are ideal for both staff training and learner preparation, so it's helping to build confidence and to ensure smooth delivery of assessments. All of these videos can be found in the Resource Hub webpage in the accordion digital resources for learners and tutors.
We are all aware of functional skills qualifications for English and mathematics, but we also have other options available. In order to develop and formally recognize learners' English and math skills, we have a collection of bite-sized units available from entry level 1. Each of these units focuses on a specific area of the adult numeracy or adult literacy co-curriculum and can be recognized as an award or qualification in its own right, although they can also be grouped into larger themed awards and certificates. As this suite is portfolio-based, the content of delivery and assessment can be adapted to ESOL learners' needs. We also have another suite of qualifications. It's called Principles of Mathematics and English, and this is available from entry 3 and up to level 2. This qualification is assessed through a one-off on-screen test, which gives instant results. Both of these qualifications can form support towards transition onto main functional skills qualifications, or perhaps a stepping stone to the next level. The units of the bite-sized maths and English, so the 3847 suite, are mapped directly to the national standards for adult literacy and numeracy. By targeting specific skill areas, the qualifications support learners in closing gaps and developing confidence, making them well prepared for progression to functional skills or GCSE pathways. The qualification handbook includes detailed mapping, like you can see in the example on the screen, to help tutors align units with destination qualifications and personalize learning effectively. Now on to the ESOL updates. So as part of the ESOL qualifications review, a number of assessments have been retired and removed from the assessment bank last academic year. The titles on the screen will remain available until further notice. Please note the updated and new assessment packs are now stored in a new section. It's called New Life Assessments, and that's under each level on the qualification page. And again, you can see the example screenshot of entry 1 on the right of this screen. The updated assessment packs have only had updated content to make them more in line with the recent new assessments. For example, we have removed any reference to brand or company names and assured the assessments don't have any sensitive material. We're also making progress with the business case to improve our reading assessments at level 1 and level 2, and we hope to have more information to share about the changes in due course. And we're also exploring the creation of a pre-entry ESOL offer, and we'll be reaching out for feedback. If you would like to take part, please email us at pre-employment@cityandguilds.com inbox.
And lastly, we'd like to briefly outline our employability skills suite of qualifications, which contains a mixture of employability units and are all assessed by portfolio. So they aim to support job seeking, retaining employment or progression to further learning, career progression, attitudes and behaviours, and independent living. There is a range of qualification sizes available from introductory award up to diploma, and the qualifications are available from entry 2 to level 2. They are a suitable addition also to all programmes of learning, including ESOL. We reviewed the employability suite in 2024 and just wanted to remind you of the changes and highlight vocational taster options. The table here shows the City and Guilds qualification code, the title of the qualification, and the availability across all levels. At level 1, in addition to the generic employability quals, we have an introductory award, an award and a certificate in personal and social skills. And finally, the vocational pathways for health, adult and childcare and retail, they are available as a level 1 certificate, and the skills for working in the hospitality industry is available at the award size. These vocational tasters offers a valuable opportunity to explore different sections before committing to a full qualification. They are especially useful for those unsure of a career path, and they're designed to help build confidence, motivation, and a clearer sense of direction. They also support the development of essential employability skills and can be tailored to meet the needs of learners in ESOL, functional skills, or alternative provision settings.
We are always interested to hear how our customers use our qualifications and products and are looking to update our case studies. If you would like to showcase how you are using any of our skills for work and life qualifications and products, either as a standalone courses or as part of a program or wraparound program, we would love to hear from you. Please contact us at pre-employment@cityandguilds.com. And we know that navigating our web pages can be a little bit time consuming. So we just wanted to recap where you can find information from our landing page or introduce you to it if you have never seen it before. To locate the landing page, simply log on to the City and Guilds homepage and then select our offer, centres, and then skills for work and life. And a little suggestion from us here is that you add this to your favorites for ease of access. So on the screen, you can see what it looks like. The top 6 tiles will take you to each of our qualifications. So that's functional skills, ESOL, employability, essential skills, Wales, Northern Ireland, and our bite-sized Maths and English offer. And then at the bottom, you will see our resource hub. This is where you can access the information on our digital platforms for both learners and tutors, as well as recordings of all of our webinars for both last and current academic year. Under the Events and Networks tab, you can find the dates and registration links to all our support events, which we will outline on the next slide. And if you miss any of our email alerts, or if you prefer not to sign up to these, you can access any of them on the Customer Updates section at the bottom of our landing page. They are all dated and titled, so very easy to locate.
Now to have a quick look at the free support and the CPD opportunities available to support tutors in their professional journey. We offer paid-for CPD events that are thoughtfully designed to enhance delivery, and they provide a digital credential for the person who attends, which is a great way to showcase your development. For those who enjoy face-to-face interaction, you do have our Connection Network sessions. These are half-day events focused on sharing good practice and an engaging and collaborative environment. If attending in person isn't possible, we've got you covered there with our virtual link-ups. These are online sessions which allow you to connect and share ideas from wherever you are. For new staff and centres, we run monthly onboarding sessions online. These are perfect for getting familiar with our processes and expectations. And if you need a quick catch-up or have a question, we have our question corner, which gives you direct access to mine and Alizia's diaries for informal support and guidance. And then finally, we've got our webinars, which dive into specific topics or updates. These are recorded and made available on the Resource Hub, so you can revisit them anytime. All these options are designed to be flexible, accessible and impactful, and they're designed to support you every step of the way. Now, we are excited to introduce a brand new programme of CPD developed directly in response to feedback from our customers. This new suite of CPD training, these training sessions are designed to empower staff with skills, confidence and insights needed to thrive in teaching, learning and assessment. All sessions are available to book as either individual delegate or as a bespoke centre, so you can have an arranged event. They can be delivered as a standalone session or combined into a tailored package to suit your team's needs. So the current CPD titles that we've got available are Practical Embedding, so that's strategies for integrating maths and English into vocational courses. Inclusive Learning for ESOL learners, so that's understanding barriers and creative supportive environments. Assessment literacy, so techniques for effective exam-based teaching and learning. High quality assessment practice for quality assurance, professional discussion, expert witness testimony. Endpoint assessment preparation and best practice sharing, and sustainability in the curriculum, understanding and developing sustainability focused content. Each session is crafted to support progression and professional growth. For full details, including delivery modes and durations, please refer to the CPD brochure, which we've linked in the slide for you. So we're excited to support your development journey in 2025 and beyond.
And we want to stay in the we want you to stay in the loop with everything City and Guilds has to offer. So from the latest CPD events and qualification updates to teaching resources and sector news, we'll make sure you never miss a thing. As I have mentioned earlier, you can sign up to all these email alerts. All you need to do is tell us what you're interested in, and we'll send tailored updates straight to your inbox. It's quick, it's easy, and it's the best way to stay connected with the latest developments that matter to you. So to sign up, you can find the link at the bottom of every City and Guilds webpage, or follow the link on this slide. So now it's time to open the floor to any questions you may have. So feel free to pop your questions into the chat box now. And if you would prefer a written response or have a question after today's session, you're very welcome to email us at customersupport@cityandguilds.com. We're also keen to hear your thoughts on future support and CPD events. So if there is a topic you would love us to cover, or a format that works best for your team or for yourselves, please let us know. So your ideas and feedback help shape what we do next. So don't hold back. Right, so let's have a look at the chat.
Yeah, we're using a new platform. Oh, I'll put my camera back on now.
Yeah.
We're using a new platform this year, everybody, because some people were struggling with the GoToWebinar platform. So we thought we'd give it a go with Teams because we use it all the time. It seems to be working okay so far, so fingers crossed. I can see somebody's popped something in the chat, so that's good. You've got access to the chat, but there is another Q&A one, so we're just making sure that everybody can ask a question. I've just popped something in there, but I can't see anything in there at the moment. Don't feel the need that you have to put anything in there. I think we've provided everybody with an abundance of information. So what you may need to do is to take the slides away and sort of look through them again, and then you may have some questions. And as Alicia said, you can send them through to our customer support, or again, you can follow one of the links for our question corner and just speak to either Alicia or myself there.
We're here to support. Right, so shall we wrap up with some useful links, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. So here are the useful links, and they're included throughout the webinar slides. And so we thought we'd just put some contacts here. So when you go back and look at the slide deck, you'll see the links of everything that we've discussed. I've just seen a note there. Thanks, Judith. No questions. Thanks for confirming it works, but that's great. So for maths, English, ESOL or employability queries, as well as remote invigilation issues, you can contact our customer support team. And for queries related to the digital platforms like SmartScreen, eFunctional Skills, you can contact our digital solutions team. And for the Evolve support, please contact the Evolve support team. So that's a wrap for today. We hope you found the webinar useful. As we said, it will appear on the Resource Hub in the next day or two. Thank you for taking the time and joining us today. We really do appreciate it. We know how busy you all are. As usual, we will just stay online for a couple of more minutes in the background, just in case you've got any questions or comments. So in the meantime, it's goodbye from Alicia and myself, and we wish you a successful year ahead. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining, everyone. Hope to see you soon. Take care.